Why is the new Urwerk UR-120 Spock like a Patek Philippe Nautilus? Stay tuned to find out. Hi WorldTempus family, welcome to another hands-on session with the WorldTempus Showcase. Now, I wasn't expecting to be doing a video today, which is why I have like bad hair and I'm wearing a hoodie that has dog fur all over it, but this was too good a chance to pass up. We have with us today the Urwerk UR-120 Spock, launched just a few days ago, and literally just this watch here has just left the watchmaker's bench. I was at the Urwerk office and workshops at exactly the right time, and I swooped on it and got my hands on it to show you guys. The only other UR-120 Spock in the world right now is on the wrist of Urwerk co-founder Felix Baumgartner, who's touring the world with it. So trust me when I say we're very, very lucky to have this piece with us. You can show your appreciation by leaving a like on this video, follow our channel if you want to see more exclusive content like this. Now, let's get into it. The Urwerk UR-120 Spock started off when Felix Baumgartner and Martin Frey decided that they wanted a slimmer and sleeker version of their iconic wandering hour timepieces, indicated by spinning blocks. For those who aren't familiar with Urwerk watches, I'm going to demonstrate what I mean in just a few seconds. And for the rest of you Urwerk veterans, you can skip ahead to the next bit. I have with me the UR-120's predecessor, the UR-110, which I also requisitioned earlier for the express purpose of demonstration. So here's how you read the time on an Urwerk watch. You look at this part of the, I don't want to say dial because it's ridiculous to talk about the dial on a watch like this, but you look at this part of the watch. This block here tells you the hour, and the arrow on the side points to the minutes. So that part is easy. Right now it's 6:26 and the block moves. So now it's 6:40, 6:50, 6:59, and oh hey, here's the 7 o'clock cube showing up exactly where and when it's needed. The next question you're going to ask is, okay, so there are 3 blocks or 3 cubes. How do they manage to indicate all 12 hours between them? Well, a block like this can rotate to show 4 different sides, right? And if you look at this side of the watch, you'll see that once the hour block finishes its turn indicating the hour, it makes a big clockwise loop around. And during that looping journey, it rotates. This rotation is caused by a system of planetary gears and Maltese crosses hidden under the blocks. I'm not going to go into it right now, otherwise we'll never get to the new watch, but basically that's how time is told on almost all Urwerk timepieces. Now, we have the new UR-120 and its predecessor, the UR-110, side by side. When I said that Felix and Martin wanted a slimmer and sleeker watch, I mean they really went all the way with it. You can see that it's slimmer if I put them side by side. And we'll come back to that aspect in a bit. Overall, the shape is also a little bit more compact. In terms of sleekness, the case is screwed shut by lateral screws instead of the previous system of using vertical screws. So previously you had the case, you had the bezel, and then they were screwed together like that. In the UR-120 Spock, it's more like 2 halves of a shell, which are then screwed together from the side. So in this area, chief designer Martin Frey was actually very much influenced by the work of Gerald Jonta, particularly what he did with the Patek Philippe Nautilus. And this so-called invisible closure is inspired by that. So that's a little fun fact that draws a conceptual line between 2 very, very different brands. One thing that really helps this watch fit a variety of wrist sizes is the flexible lugs that you see here on the sides. More and more watchmakers are starting to incorporate this kind of sizing versatility in their watches, and honestly, I couldn't be happier about it. Size inclusivity is a whole thing for me, especially since I have such tiny wrists. The main thing that allowed Felix and Martin to make such a slim watch was the new hour module system. In the UR-10, it's clear to see that a certain height is required because you have to accommodate the widest part of the hour block as it turns. You can't really do anything about that, unfortunately. See? Let's see if you can figure out how they got around this problem in the UR-120. That's right, by using two skinnier blocks together instead of one single chunky boy, Felix was able to reduce the height of the watch significantly and also create this incredible sight of the hour block breaking up and reforming before our eyes. That's why they call this watch Spock. It looks like it's doing the Star Trek Vulcan salute to every hour. How cute is that? I freaking love it. When I saw this for the first time, I nearly turned violent because I was that excited. And I think all you other watch nerds will understand how I feel. You know what else I love? You can adjust the time both backwards and forwards. Conventional wandering hour watches don't usually have this. Another tiny thing, and I do mean tiny, look at these little springs on the side of each pair of hour blocks. At first I thought they were Liga parts in nickel phosphor because they're so delicate, but no, they're RCAP, a material you might remember from a bunch of previous Urwerk watches. It's a non-ferrous and therefore non-magnetic metal alloy with high strength and high resistance to chemical corrosion. You don't really need to know that, but it's nice to see that kind of dedication to quality. So these springs are made in-house to Felix's exact specifications and then CVD coated with 24 karat gold to look pretty. And I think they're gorgeous. Of course, this is an automatic winding movement because Felix and Martin, they're all about that pragmatic watchmaking. They are Swiss German after all. And you can see the famous Urwerk winding turbines, which, acted as a kind of air brake on the rotor, has been incorporated here in a much more compact form. So that's it. Sorry I had to cram all that information into a few short minutes, but I have to return this watch like 5 minutes ago, and I really wanted you guys to have this comprehensive view of the watch. And if you missed any of the details, you can always watch this video again. Right, I gotta run, but thanks for staying with us. Check out our full article of the Urwerk UR-120 Spock on WorldTempus.com. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment if you have any more questions about this watch. And live long and prosper. Bye.